Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new podcast that was just created for the pleasure of anime fans, anime influencers, anyhow, whatsoever. But welcome to our very first episode of Anime Nokori. What is Anime Nokori, you ask? Well, that is a very good question. Anime Nokori first off, let's just explain what the word Nokori means, which is means leftovers or left behind. And that is what this podcast is going to be, because I've been listening, reading anime, manga, and stuff for over decades now, which is scary to say. But yeah, and I've just been wanting to say, I want an outlet to be talking about, like, just doing a recap or just a good conversation of series that we watch and stuff, not only from the current and present, but also in the past as well. So that is what we're going to be showing for you here on this podcast / video, which if you definitely like the vibes or definitely want to hear some more of this awesome, cool content, as always, follow, and subscribe on our YouTube page, Anime Nokori. But with me today, I have my awesome co-host, my number 2. She is just as awesome as I am, but just not as much. Just take her down a little bit.
He said number 2, but we both know I'm number 1, and it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll let him have his ego.
Yes. Yes, that's all I have in this world. There you go.
And you guys didn't know you're going to get a little Japanese lesson. So.
Yes. Oh, that's a good point. There you go. But I'd like to welcome Tiffany.
Hello. Yes. AKA Tiffany Senpai. Thank you very much. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's a rainy day, but I know, we're still okay.
It's actually surprising because it came out of nowhere.
It did, yes.
Yeah.
It was, and it dropped right before I was going to take my dog for a walk.
Really?
I was suiting her up in her harness, tail wagging, and then we hear a commotion outside, and we just look, and it's just a sheet of rain. I'm like, okay, well, we are going to be playing in the house.
That is funny. It's like that. You know what's funny though too? Well, to me, I did a 10 mile this morning, and I woke up at 5 a.m.
Did a 10 mile.
I'm sorry. Are you jealous of this?
I didn't say anything. I'm not jealous to have done a 10-mile walk, run. No, none of that.
Oh, I love it. Dude.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get to do a 10-mile run today.
It is a great feeling outside when you're just walking and you're just chilling. You're listening to your podcast.
I don't subscribe to this.
Oh, whatever.
Subscribe to the podcast, not to that nonsense.
Okay, fine. But yes, but anyways, but as always, like I said, our topics for the show is going to be always about a topic of a series that we decide to choose. What we do is that we watch the whole series and we want to talk back and forth about it, and because there's some things that she's going to offer to me and vice versa. And we're just gonna have a good shoot it up and see if we like it or not. Shoot it up. Oh, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah. And he said we get to choose the anime that we're picking. I just want to go on. Oh, Gachiakuta.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, go for it.
We were starting with Full Metal Panic. I was about to.
Oh yeah, you're so ready.
Get it over out of the way.
Yeah, we're gonna get that over with apparently. Well, yeah, so the series that we're wanting to do totally wiped me off right now. Yeah, the series that we were wanting to do is going to be Gachiakuta. Because now this was a series that was chosen that she suggested to me.
I did pick this one.
Yeah, which I was actually surprised because I was like, I had no interest of it because to be honest with you, I just watched I saw the first part of it and I'm like, this doesn't seem like something that I would be interested in. And when you said something, I was like, okay, I guess I'll give it a shot and see how this is going to be.
And so I'll take your thank you now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see what I think. But
I don't even care, guys. I love it so much. He cannot burst my bubble. It's impossible.
No way. Okay.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, okay. Well, let's get we'll get to it and we'll see. We'll do our discussion of Gachiakuta. So what is Gachiakuta? Well, the quick synopsis of Gachiakuta. And by the way, before we get into this is a spoiler podcast itself. So if you have not seen this series, do not go at this point when we go into the straight up discussions. But if you definitely are interested in checking this out, like I said, just subscribe to us and then follow us and go from there, man.
I will also say that we will only be talking about the anime, not the manga. So you don't have to worry about us spoiling the manga for you, but also B, keep all of your manga spoilers out of the comment section, or at least tag it, because I'm also an anime only, and I don't need to know all the things. I don't need y'all to be like the JJK and the Demon Slayer fan bases that are just like, oh, did you know that such and such and such dies at the end of this? I'm like, all right, nope, didn't even know. But
you know what's funny? That's what happened to me with, well, no, not Demon Slayer, but the Demon Slayer people, because I forced myself to read. I didn't force myself, but I wanted to read it because I knew there's going to be people out there that's going to be like, here we go.
Absurd. And I think that the Venn diagram of Demon Slayer fans and Chainsaw Man fans is a circle, because they cannot help themselves with all the Makima spoilers. All right. Anyway, that's your disclaimer. If you continue on past this point, just buckle up, be prepared.
Yeah, have fun with it though too. But anyways, here we go. Well, Gachiakuta is a dystopian action fantasy series following Rudo, a teenager from a slum who is falsely accused of murdering his foster father and exiled to the abyss. A hellish, polluted wasteland where the elite dump their trash. Instead of dying, Rudo survives by joining the Cleaners, a group that uses special tools called Jinkais? I don't know what it's called. Jinkies? I forgot.
This is the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. They had a name. I just can't remember what it was called. Yeah, to battle the monsters, monsters made of trash, seeking vengeance against the society that framed him. And so basically,
I've never heard the Japanese word for vital instruments is what that's the
well, they call it that's what the official English dubbed version is Vital Instruments.
Wow.
But I think that goes in reference to a Japanese
all my
word.
Gachiakuta credibility just flew out the window. I swear I watched it, guys.
I am now the Gachiakuta connoisseur.
Expert.
I am the expert.
You can tell he liked it since he paid attention.
I always do.
You also just read it, but
I do. I am reading it. It's a pain to find, but it is. But I am finding it slowly but surely. But this series was made. I believe it was opened originally back in 2022 on Shonen Jump, and it was made by Kei Urana, and so I don't know her. I don't know if she has her previous work.
Okay,
itself.
so it's really cool. She fell in love with, I believe it was Soul Eater. So she fell in love with Soul Eater, the animation style. She loved it. She ended up later on, this is when she was a kid, she ended up later on working with that mangaka on his Fire Force anime. So that's why if you look at Gachiakuta, you can see so much of the inspiration from Fire Force, like the art style and different tropes. It's because she was actually one of the assistants that worked on it with him.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and he is nothing but praise for her for Gachiakuta. So she's been in the game.
So okay, so this is basically this is her first standalone. That's basically her own brainchild.
Yes,
that's now gotten this big from it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's very cool, especially to like see somebody you admire and then be working beside them. Not beside, but working with for whatever. And then to go and have your he is not. I will not be silenced.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
I think it's really cool. Did you ever have somebody who do you like idolize in your craft?
Do I idolize in my craft?
Oh, you don't have any. Man, you just like I'm at the top. I don't have anybody.
I am pretty awesome, so that is pretty hard to say. I mean, that list is pretty limited.
I just feel like if, for instance, I do voice acting. If I were to do like training with Steve Bloom, the voice of Spike Spiegel, and then like come up under him and then have some type of something where I get to work with him or he endorses like a project I do later, that'd be amazing. For her to like have her own thing and have her mentor be the dude that she idolized this whole time. I will
say this though, it is pretty interesting that when she saw Soul Eater as a kid, then she gets the chance to go with the person that she was like, wow, this was the show that I was watching when I was a child.
Yeah.
To your point. Yeah, I totally understand it.
Yeah,
I don't know how
you can sound crazy.
I don't know. I don't mean to do it. It's just easy.
So gaslight me this early in the podcast?
No, I totally understand though. I mean, it's a real cool, like really rare for that to happen in situations like that. So no, it's really awesome. And if Fire Force is an awesome series in itself, so I can easily imagine. But so overall, what do you think of I guess I'll put it to you, like Gachiakuta overall.
So Gachiakuta was going to be my number one anime of the year. The year it came out. I think I would give it a 9 out of 10, maybe 8.5 out of 10. The very first episode, I started it and I was like, this is hot garbage. This is the word. All they do is like, one of my pet peeves is useless, unimportant exposition just for the sake of like telling and not showing. So one of the characters is like, oh, don't bully him because, we grew up in the slums where nobody respects the way that we are and we're criminals and we have to fight for everything. And it's like, you grew up next to this person for your entire life. Why are you telling her all this? Like,
Right.
You don't need to say all this. So the whole thing was full of needless exposition. And it was so bad that I did not watch it for the next 3 weeks.
Really?
I was just like,
was
yeah.
that far back?
Oh, yeah.
That first episode made you not.
I was going to. And usually I believe
God.
in the 3 episode rule. But I was like, I'm not about to sit through this. I have way too many other shows to watch. I'm not doing this. So 3 weeks pass. More people are talking about it. And they're just like, you just got to get through it. And I'm like, I don't want to I did the get through it thing with One Piece. And now I'm addicted. On. I don't want to. There's just.
That's an extreme, though, when you're going to say One Piece.
That's true. And I didn't have it in me. But eventually somebody talked me into it. I pushed on. Second episode got exponentially better. Mm-hmm. Third episode, I was all in. I think that show is phenomenal.
See, the increase itself, 3 episodes, if you did do the 3 episode rule, that would not have been a problem at that point.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I see your point because at the very beginning, like I said, I had no interest in this series. I didn't have any interest in this series. The only reason why I'm watching the series now was because of you. But overall, it has a really that first episode is really crucial. I guess it's weird because I also am a very big believer of the three episode rule, but for some reason, this first episode just made me just say, okay, whatever. I didn't really care at all for what it was. Then the world building of it, of what is happening, kind of happened a little bit further, but a little bit faster enough to be like, okay, here we go. This is picking up a little bit. That's making me interested in wanting to know these characters. Am I a fan of Rudo? I'm still on the fence on that right now, but he's not like a Shinji to me. So I just can't say that.
Shinji from Evangelion?
Yeah, I can't. I hate Shinji. I can't stand
interesting.
Shinji. Shinji was just so, oh God. Anyways, yeah, it's it's just decades of hatred.
I don't think that they are even comparable.
No, they're not. Well,
you just mean your actual feelings.
The protagonist, for you to when the series focuses on the protagonist a lot, and then there'll be okay, either this guy is really super broken or something that they want you to care about.
Yeah.
Shinji, that whole time was just crying. Yeah, the
was
whole damn time.
Sure.
And then I was just like, this is just you can only do so much of this for the longest of time.
All right.
Yeah. So that and he's not that it's hard to like Shinji. Let's say that. Long story short, but Rudo isn't not that yet. Although he does frustrate me a little bit because I am understanding where he's coming from on the fact that he doesn't know how to set his emotions correctly because he was always told to not to hold it back, smile, not retaliate and stuff. I understand where that is coming from. However, is just the execution of it in that story and just everything that's happening around him is the moves, some of the decisions that you're doing in this, it just makes it kind of frustrating to be like, why are you having a hard time with it? This much of a hard time of this, you know?
I guess, okay, fine. Yes. And I will also agree that I think that Rudo, and this is why I can't give the show, I probably do lean closer to 8.5 on this show. Mm-hmm. And it is because I think that the main protagonist and the main antagonist are the two worst characters in the show. Mm-hmm. So that part is, you can't. As far as Rudo's behavior, he is a little feral child, but his I don't know if it's both parents or just his dad.
I don't think they said anything about his mom.
Okay, typical anime.
Yeah.
She probably had a side ponytail. You know those side ponytails. Every
Yes.
side ponytail mother gets offed, either off screen before it even starts or on screen. That's the hairstyle of death. But one of his parents, probably his dad, got accused of like murder. So they think he's like this feral descendant of a monster, and
He's
they think
already an outcast.
yeah, he's already an outcast. And I get what you're saying. I think that Rudo's lack of situational awareness is justified. So I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying. I like him I like him in the sense that there's a lot of room for growth. I think that it's interesting. And actually what I do like, I will say this. So throughout this series, you're seeing him trying to get a hold of his emotions. He's trying to learn how to be human in a world where humanity is very, like, it teeters. The priorities are very off, and he values stuff more than he values people. And now he's having to learn how to interact with people. And it's interesting because you get to see his slip ups. You get to see how with Amo.
Yeah.
And I don't want to jump too far because I think we're kind of all over the place now, but he makes mistakes, big mistakes. And even to the point to where, you know, they say whenever you have like a feral main character, they're always like, oh, we got to get we see potential in him. We see he's going to be able to calm down and mellow out. They at one point were even like, this kid's got darkness in him, and we don't know if we're gonna be able to handle this.
Like the very first time when they introduced Rudo to the cleaners, like the cleaners headquarters in the what's the name, the clairvoyant girl.
Yeah, her name is Simiu.
Yeah, Simiu. Like, which by the way, she's a badass in herself.
My goodness.
It's just like how she holds herself is just freaking amazing. But like, and then she's just like freaks out, like, you know, like when she's tried to look into him, and then they're like, this person's is a wild card. We don't know. We know he's going to become crazy, like that guy. You know, he's going to become the big dude. I just think that the way they kind of portrayed him in itself. I mean, I understand that this is the very beginning. It's not a rule out for me to say that this doesn't make me interested in this series, because I really did like after I started watching getting into the process of things and how they were, like, you know, moving around in the world, I was like hooked at that point. And especially when they brought the Raiders in the mix of it. And so like but yeah, I mean, it was but some of the things I loved about it, and maybe this is more on K, is it K? I don't know. K
Urana.
Yeah, K Urana. But I love some of the weird like references that she put inside the series itself. Like, I remember like when he first meets what's his name, Zonka, and then they kind of get into that fight, and then like he didn't even like that. This also kind of proves my thing of my frustration with Rudo in itself. He's fighting. It's like I don't believe that he has never seen a freaking plunger before in my entire life.
That part is odd for a kid who is picking up things that people throw out. You were telling me that these rich people are not throwing away plungers. That one person threw away a teddy bear because there's a little rip in it.
Yes.
You're telling me they don't want to throw out this thing that is like, oh, this is gross now, we need to get rid of it. You're telling me you've never, that's a fair point.
You've never seen all that stuff.
It is very odd.
It's like that aloofness drives me insane. It's like you should know, if anyone would know what most of this stuff is coming, you know? But then when he starts fighting, and he just, maybe he was caught up because he doesn't know how to use his vital instrument correctly. But it's just the scene of him just running with his plunger filled with poop and stuff, trying to fight him, and then they have a Scooby-Doo like scene where they're going through the different sides. And I was like, oh, this is Scooby-Doo.
She is like, silly. I love how, but it gets so serious at times too, and I love the juxtaposition. I love her. I love her. But you can see the influences from the other like Fire Force and Soul Eater in those aspects. Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's like I've always thought that series, like the way it's animated and the way it looks, it's like reminds me more of like Kingdom Hearts, like kind of with like the big feet, the big gloves and stuff like that.
I like that. Oh yeah, you're right. I do. I think I remember. And I think it's when what's her name? Rio with her big scissors. I think that's the very first when she activated them to full size. I think that was the very first time I thought about that. But yeah, I get that. I get like the vibe, the same
Yeah.
vibe.
Oh yeah, no, but
Everybody is malnourished though. Everything is hanging off
especially
of them.
Rio, dude.
Oh, Rio. And no, but if you look at Rio, his little bitty, not Rio, Rudo, his little arms
Yeah.
and his gloves. Yeah, no, they're all.
They're all incredibly malnourished, but she's a skeleton. Almost.
Oh, she is.
That girl had like a square.
The hip bones were a right angle. Yeah,
she had a small table for right next to her sides of her hips. Man, that was wild. And I know that was a little bit of controversy, a little bit too online about it, but I didn't.
In which direction did you hear that though?
I don't know. Well, the problem is when you hear when people are making an issue out of something like that, you can't really like. Unless you have all the information, you can't really make it a straight up opinion.
Okay, I'll tell you what it was.
Yeah, most people are saying that they were angry because how skinny that they made her either too skinny or whatever and things like that. But this was before me even understanding the series, so I was like, wow, okay. So it's like, wow, okay. But I was thinking this just YouTube being YouTube again.
They were mad that she was too skinny because she wasn't gooner bait. She wasn't sexy enough.
Really?
You're gonna have this girl who's half naked and we can't goon to her? Because she looks like a skeleton, people were furious.
Really? Because of the gooniness?
It's probably the same people that got mad that they de-sexied the Eminem. Which Eminem was it? The red Eminem?
They de-sexied the Eminem?
Yeah.
What made it sexy in the first place?
You shouldn't find Eminem
Was it the lashes? I mean, that was the only thing that was different.
I don't know, but the same people were outraged. I don't know if it's the same people. I don't know if the Eminem overlap, but people got mad. People get mad about things like that.
That is insane.
There's so many anime that you can
do your thing.
Yeah, pretty sure you're not hurting for material.
I know, right?
Although the girls got to eat though, because we got engine, and that is lovely.
It's very true.
Appreciate that.
They can goon over this Grenadier apparently. I don't know.
My goodness gracious. Okay, so I want you to tell me who your favorite. Since you don't like Rudo, who's your favorite character?
Okay, listen. I am coming strong on Rudo. Just saying. Rudo's not my favorite, but I'm not saying I don't hate. It's not like I hate him. Man, there's so many good characters. Let me see. I think one of the what's weird. I don't usually deal with a lot of antagonists.
You don't like antagonists?
No. I mean, like saying the best characters in the
really?
series.
You gravitate towards protagonists.
Well, I mean, I think I criticize protagonists a lot more than I do with the antagonists because antagonists have more to work with than the protagonists do. Because good guys have a box that they always have to go that they always have to go through. Yeah. So but if you have a bad guy just being a bad guy or being a generic bad guy, you don't usually. It's either they come and go. So, but I think in this one. I think Jabber is probably one of my favorites in this right now because I know that's probably that's on your top 5, right?
I was thinking top 2. I love Jabber. Oh, Jabber. He might be my favorite.
Yeah, Jabber. Okay, Jabber is is one of the rebels, like henchmen. I won't even call him. Well, yeah, he's a henchman.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's a henchman for the main antagonist, which was what's his name? Arca Corvus was the main.
Corvus, yeah. I have thoughts about Corvus later. Actually,
yeah, Zodal. That's his name. Zodal Typhon. Zolo Typhon, but he's just clinically insane. This guy, all he cares about is that he wants to he just wants to have fun, and then his poison isn't like killing. The poison doesn't kill, but it neutralizes and stuff.
So Jabber, Jabber is a masochist. Masochist is when you like the pain, or is it the sadist? Which one is it?
Masochist is liking the pain.
Okay, so Jabber is a sociopathic masochist. His whole raison d'etre for being with not the cleaners, but the
the raiders.
The raiders is because he gets to fight. He gets to get beat up, and his rewards whenever he does a good job is that the head raider Zodal will beat him up more. And he's like, oh, I hope we get to play more. Yes. And everybody's creeped out by it, but I love it. I love it so much. And he uses poisons. So if you ever watch Apothecary Diary, I feel like he and Mao Mao would get along really well.
Why? Because she just purposely
Because she
loves
poisoned.
to just-
Yes, they would just go back and forth trading poison recipes all day. So he is so masochistic. So when you first meet him, he's trying to snatch up. So I know we read the synopsis in the beginning, but the premise is when Rudo gets kicked out of the surface where he has been, we didn't really talk about what this show is about. We read the synopsis.
We just read the synopsis.
We just jumped in. So you're already this far in. You probably already know what it is.
You can go back. You can go back. It's all fine.
But so Rudo likes to collect trash. He sees value in things that can be restored, things that people throw out, and he believes they can be restored. Their shelf life is a lot longer than what people value. So he'll steal stuff from the rich people, the haves, and he'll take it back to the have-nots. He'll repurpose it. I think he does try to sell it sometimes, but I think he likes to keep them. So he gets accused of murder. Of course, they have no problem accusing him because he comes from a lineage of murderers, supposedly. And they kick him down into this pit where they think that people just go and die. But it turns out there's like a whole civilization down there. Where is that going with this? So whenever the people who live in the pit, called the ground, whenever they find out that a person from the top, the sphere, is down there, they're like, we got to get him. He's probably got stuff we want. He's got information. We got to get him. And that's why Zodal and the Raiders want him. So the first time we meet Jabber, he is going on a mission to go and snatch up Rudo. So cut to Jabber with the best voice acting. This show is so good for English voice acting.
Yeah. Well, I've only seen 2 episodes of it.
Why did you watch?
Because you said.
You
said specifically
you have to at least watch Jabber. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
If y'all are gonna watch Gachiakuta, you have to at least watch Jabber's episode. If Jabber is on screen, just take the time to switch to dub. I would never say this about most things except for Cowboy Bebop. It's illegal to watch it subbed. I don't even think Japanese people watch that. So
oh, really?
I don't know.
That's
it's
funny.
Hyperbolic, but yeah.
That's funny.
Jabber's voice actor is Zeno Robinson, and he does such a phenomenal job. And one of the best things about the show is how grounded the slang is. The dialogue is, it actually feels genuine and authentic. So we meet him. He fights Rudo. He fights Zonka first, beats his ass real bad. Poor baby. Fights Rudo. Rudo's kind of giving him a what for, and he's like into it. And then he goes to handicap himself, and he's got these poison claws.
Yes.
And he like stabs himself with these poison claws because it gives him a boost. It's almost like that scene in Pulp Fiction where she shoots him up with the epinephrine. Is that what it is? The adrenaline, whatever it was. And he's just, it's so much fun. But yes, my baby is a masochist, and he's the best. He's a little psychotic, light skin.
And what's crazy is that right now, I think he's the strongest person in the whole fight.
I think so too.
Because he's doing something that no one I've seen yet is able to do, which was evolve their vital instrument. Yeah. And I think that's like, okay, so we know that he's going to be getting to a tier. So I was like, okay, so clearly there's another tier that these people are going to be unlocking here soon. But just that
somebody else did evolve. The hair lady did go for God of Thunder at one point.
Well, she just did. So the limiter was, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the limiter was that she was able to contain herself with her hair with the metal comb. But when she decides to just go all out, she just went berserk.
Okay, no, you're right.
It wasn't a mode.
Yeah,
itself.
you're right.
It was just her just like, okay, no, we're just turning off all of it. We're just doing it all in.
You're right. She just overloaded the mainframe is what she did.
Exactly. She basically overloaded the mainframe. So no. So yeah. So like I said, I mean, Jabber was definitely my number one. I mean, he's your number one. There's no doubts about it.
No, I don't like him that much.
No, just a smidge. I hate him.
Annoying character. I adore Jabber. I didn't mean to. I asked you a question and just took it. I was like, anyway,
you know what? You
said his name, so you summoned me.
You had a better thing for it.
Jabber is so cool.
If I had to go top 3, I would say him, Semu. I really do like Semu because that girl is just like, I don't know what it is. Like, she has to be one of the strongest characters too when I think about it, because like, I mean, we haven't saw her face someone else that has the same kind of vital instruments against them, but like, I don't know how you're going to beat clairvoyance that way unless you have something that's going to like impede it or something like that that would make it tougher for her to use direct input of what's happening in the situation. So I don't know.
I think that her character, and this isn't explicitly said in the anime, but I think her I think she chose to be in the office because she knows that she's not a fighter per se. So she's good enough to defend the base, but I think that she could be easily overpowered because she doesn't have a combat.
She can be defensive though.
She could be incredibly defensive, but she doesn't have a combat specialty. And so like before Rudo got there, they weren't fighting other humans really. They were only fighting trash beasts. Yeah. So these giant monsters that are made of garbage, they're like the sentient giant garbage monsters. So the job of the cleaners is to just dispose of all the giant trash monsters. But Simiyu doesn't have a power that would help with that. And I don't know, I think that the sheer size would keep her from being able to.
I think one aspect of the cleaners was to obviously clean the trash monsters, but then also one of their known enemies are the raiders, and that's one thing. And they've even said that all raiders have powers, so
true.
They also know defensively. So maybe in her aspect of fighting trash monsters, no, but it's just going to be someone but they're fighting people that are going to be direct raiders. I don't know. She might be showing her full on cards and stuff. There's so many questions that really makes me wonder, the especially what they were saying, what the next mission was that they were wanting to look after was the little bracelet thing that they have.
They have these collars that they can transmit, or they can speak to each other. They're like little radios, but you can only hear other people with the collar, and they're activated by blood. So if your blood is, I guess, soaked into that collar, then you can communicate with the other person.
And then Corvus, though, too. Corvus is, we don't know, I feel like he's going to be the bad guy. I really
Corvus
do.
is the bad guy,
I feel like Corvus is going to be the bad guy.
I think Corvus is the bad guy, too.
Yes. It's so crazy, but I just like his demeanor now because he's just nice, cool, and chill and stuff. But, I don't know. There's so many good characters around than just Rudo. I also like Team Child, except for the guy.
Oh, you don't like Bundus? No, that's not Bundus.
Bro
it's
Santa.
Bro.
Bro Santa was kind of
liked him. I like him when he's paired up with Bundus.
Bundus was hilarious.
It's like two old men watching their kids play. It's like, these kids. Kids will be kids.
Yeah, I love. Okay, the one thing I will also love about how they do this series is I love how you think that the suspense or it's going to go somewhere. You're like, oh, okay, wow, they're making this really important point that this person's about to punch this wall, and so he's obviously going to break through it, and then it's stuff, and then you just see it, and it's just your little tap, and then it's just like, oh my god, it's like, what just happened, and
they lean into it for a while.
Into it, and then you start saying, "Oh no, that's not his power. The power is the fact that every time he's hitting it, he's getting stronger slowly and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's a cool comedic thing." But I think one of the best parts of things that happened was when Zonka lost to Jabber
again.
I know. He's 0-3.
0-3? Is it 3? I thought it was just 2.
I mean, he lost against Rudo.
Oh, sure. No, sure. Oh, you mean in general?
In general.
He couldn't get his get back on Jabber. I would sit it
Jabber's
out.
Jabber's 0-2.
I would have to tap him. I would have to tap somebody else in if I had to fight Jabber.
Zonka's going to be the person that's going to stop Jabber. I mean, clearly he's going to be the person that's going to stop Jabber.
I don't think anybody's stopping Jabber.
No, Jabber's going to get stopped.
I don't know who's going to... Who would have... I don't know. Go ahead. I'm getting you off.
No, that's okay. But I'm just saying that Jabber itself, I'm not Jabber, but Zonka, the time when Zonka gets poisoned and stuff, and then you see the backstory about him being he's the number one person in his school and stuff, and then this one person comes in and then just not even barely any effort, just doesn't oust him, and then he's like, "Well, I'm going to show him how I'm so much and then you see how he just gets his pullback, and then he's about to get back. It's round 2 of the big fight, and it really is just all in his head. He's completely gone. He's lost the whole thing. I love that they didn't do that. They weren't going to do the trope of the person found his spirit, the person found the next step up. It's no, he flat out lost because Jabber was just too good against him.
I love that. The show is really good at misdirecting.
Yes.
It's so good at misdirecting. Yeah. I got it for sure. Okay, so
yes. What about for you?
My top characters?
Yes.
Okay. Well, obviously we know what my first one is. I would say
The plunger.
the paid actor.
Yes.
I would say I think that my and this is only due to her misdirect. I really want to know more about Rio.
Mm-hmm.
So Rio is Miss Hip Bones.
Yes.
And I didn't care for her too much, honestly. But then whenever she pulls the blicky out on Homegirl, which I think that if your magic system is very heavily like fantastical, it makes it that much funnier when somebody pulls a gun out. It's so amazing. Oh my gosh. So
I love it. It's like, you left me no choice. Here's my secret weapon, gun.
Right. The most high stakes game of rock, paper, scissors.
I know, right?
But I love her because she presents as this like adorable, fun character. She's like, "Oh, Rudo, I love your hair. You're so cute. Oh, everything's hunky dory." And then you get just this sliver of information about her when she locks in and for her fight. And you see that there's a darkness back there. You see that she came from a place that is completely foreign. So we're seeing all these powers. We're knowing about cleaners. We know about raiders. We know about trash beasts. But then in her, you have this new bit of information about like paid assassins. And you're like, okay, who is hiring assassins? Who needs to be assassinated? And why are we getting children to do it? Is this like a child soldier type situation?
Oh, clearly is.
It's so cool. And I love that Engine is the only thing keeping her on a leash because she knows she's not supposed to be wilding out. And she even tries to, she's like, hey, nobody can hear us in here, right? Because I'm not supposed to be doing this. They put me on a leash. I'm not supposed to be opening the cage. So I love Rio. I can't wait to hear more about her backstory because I think she's probably going to end up being like solidify her. She's going to be up there with Jabber because I love anything assassin. I love an assassin story.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
And then I want it to be Engine, but I think Engine might be a fraud.
You think
Unpopular
Engine might be a
opinion.
fraud?
I think so. Unpopular
I don't
opinion.
know. Man, dude, like, no one... Dude,
tell me what he's done.
See, that's just it. The only thing that the way that they treat Engine is that they're treating him kind of like Gojo. Because they know you don't want to mess with Gojo, but the same way, or they had to do something to neutralize him before they do anything crazy.
And you know what? Nothing's crazy happening. Gojo showed his colors in the first 5 minutes of that first episode. You saw Gojo get to play around with like the king of curses, and it was nothing. What has Engine done? I pose you a question. What has Engine done?
There hasn't been anything that made that.
We had 26 episodes.
No, the only fight that he actually even had to have a chance to do was when he was they were facing Amo. But then technically... And
he got beat up by a child.
Yeah, that wasn't even Amo that beat him up, though. That was, what's his name?
Oh, that's true. One of his own.
And he wasn't expecting it. And then he, quote-unquote, was playing possum or whatever. But I'm just saying that, like, the fight... And then the fight where there was, like, I think that was the dumbest part, was the one that's like, oh, please attack me first. And then that guy, I forgot his name. The guy on the Raiders.
Yeah. I don't know his name. Yeah. I do think he's going to be... I think he's going to end up joining the Cleaners because he needs somebody to tell him what to do. But
like that whole thing between him and Engine, like I think that was a cop out personally, towards all that. But there's nothing besides the last thing when they had to go fight to take out the core. And then they had to face what's his name? Brundis, I believe. Bundis,
yeah.
Yeah, Bundis or something. Yeah, so like that was probably the closest thing that he could have done, but nothing could have happened. Nothing happened.
Everybody else has got skin in the game. Everybody else has shown some type of. Zonka's been knocked out 2 or 3 times.
Zonka, we already know, is the weakest link. Okay,
and yet I don't agree with that, but I will say that I haven't seen Engine do anything.
But Engine,
he has beat up 1 trash beast.
I'm not saying,
and that is it.
I'm not. Well,
2, I think maybe.
No, he beat like he beat like 6 of them. Remember to save Rudo was like
the first one. He beat the first one.
Yeah.
And then they went on a mission later, and he and Rio and they all like whatever. Okay. But those are trash beasts. Those are like
they're like
brown
the
shirts.
bottom of the bottom barrel. Yeah, but Injin doesn't have anything to prove himself yet. I understand why you would say that
he's on fraud watch.
Yeah, he's on fraud watch.
He's
That's
on
a good
fraud
way to
watch.
describe it. You're right. That would be funny if like you're right. He's useless. He loses against like not even the main dude or whatnot. Who knows? But
even Simu kind of called him out whenever he finally got through to her with the transmission. And he was like, things going down out here. And she was like, are you even being helpful, Engine? Are you doing anything to help? So she even has him on fraud watch.
That's freaking
the
hilarious.
Clairvoyancy is like, she's like, I can see through you and your uselessness.
It's like you're not. It's like, why are you here?
He's just a recruiter. He is just HR. He's just a recruiter. Is all. Maybe he's good.
Maybe
later.
he might be. He might show himself in the season.
I would hope so. We can't keep this man on a pedestal without seeing the steps that get to the top of the pedestal.
That is true. But I'm not putting him at the top. I'm just putting him on the point that I think he is very important. Because look at it this way. He also introduced Riho to the cleaners.
Mm-hmm. So he also did Zonka too.
And Zonka, and then and I don't know why he did it with Zonka. Not saying not throwing shade at Zonka.
I feel like you have deep
not throwing
thoughts
shade
about
at Zonka. Well, I don't know. See, this is Zonka reminds me of. Oddly enough, reminds me of a push of Gohan in a way in Dragon Ball. He needs someone to push him to get to that situation.
I see. He's untapped potential,
exactly.
And somebody needs to tap it.
He has untapped potential, and someone needs to tap it, and he needs to have motivation to do it. The motivation for Zonka to be successful is Engine.
Sure.
And I'm just saying that and he is worried about disappointing him because of all the stuff that they have had with their history and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean that Zonka is just that the fact is that this wasn't his game in the season. The first season was not him. It was just him showing how weak he was comparatively.
I think that I don't know if I agree with this. Only reason why is because I remember who my third favorite character is. I'll tell you in a second. Only reason why is it's almost as if, and I'm so sorry I keep bringing other anime into this, but it's almost like Jogo in JJK. Mm-hmm. Jogo is very strong. He's the volcano head guy.
Yeah.
Very strong, but you never get to actually find out because the only two fights Jogo is in is against Sukuna and Gojo, the two strongest people in the verse. If he had fought Yuji or Megumi or any of those other people, he would have been unstoppable. But you don't get to see them fight. So, and I'm thinking, Zonka's gone up against Jabber, who you just said is one of the strongest, if not the strongest in there.
Yeah.
He got up against him twice. That's not fair. And the only other person they did go against that wasn't Jabber was Amo. And he and my actual third favorite character fought Amo and took care of her.
Oh, the dude with the...
I love him. I don't even know his name, and I love him. His voice in Japanese and English is phenomenal.
Do you know who did the English voice?
I don't know.
I'll find
either
that
one
out.
of them. Yeah. But he hasn't even been... I have a thing for... I have a bad habit of favoriting characters who have been in 12 seconds of a show. My favorite character in One Piece was in the show for exactly 3 episodes.
Who's
and
that?
I've been Corazon. My baby Corazon.
Oh, Corazon, the leading reason of the whole thing that happened on what's it called?
Yep. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, I don't even know his name. What is his name if you're looking him up? Tamsi, that's his name.
Tamsi Canes.
I love Tamsi. He has his vital instrument is like a spool of thread. And I love him. He's just very nonchalant and he's very so Zonka is pompous in his level of he's very not he's almost regal, but in a very pompous way. Tamsi is regal, but in this very down-to-earth way.
Yeah.
He's very put together, and I love him.
He's very calm.
He's very calm. I love a calm.
Or mellow. He's very mellow. It's probably the best way to describe him.
But still so much person. I love him.
Yes.
And he hasn't been in it that much, and I need more of him. Also, I like his scarring, too, in his hair. He just looks cool.
You just like him, period. You're like, yeah, you also like his feet. his hands are good.
Whoa, chill.
The way you're just going to the
not
hands,
a feet person.
the way you are just going straight up is just just the
I
whole
like
points.
him. I'm a fan.
Oh god. So was there an episode or was there something that kind of stuck out in the series that you watched? That series that was like wow, that's kind of
yes. Oh, effed up?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Yes. So I think it was both the most effed up. You're so polite.
We could say, I guess we could, but,
I think the most traumatizing episode was probably the best episode in the whole series. It is
agree.
the Amo episode. I think that the fact that that the mangaka was able to depict something as bad as child abuse, child SA from someone as important as your parent, your mother selling you to a man whose sole purpose was to abuse you and brainwash you into thinking that version of abuse is love. And then the way that they were able to illustrate it, they did this like cartoonish,
clownish, like a
child drawing of it,
childlike innocence of it.
Yes,
yeah, and that's what made it heartbreaking.
Oh my God!
You know what's worse was the like what you were saying about how the child, like the mom was really bad, and then you saw like, okay, this is bad. This is like, you saw it and you're like, this is bad. And then when they did a time skip when she got a little bit older, and then she's like, let's do the ritual, and then I was like, dear Lord. Yes. It's like, I was like, wow, dude, this was like, it was a crazy episode. It's weird because like it's an episode that doesn't show that, thank God. It does not show it. It doesn't show it.
Yeah.
But just the depictions that they were showing in the crown, the child drawings and stuff like that, like totally makes it. And see, that's the way that you build that character, because now you're like, this is why she's insane, like clinically crazy, and she doesn't under the standards and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you can give that, okay, I have two things to say about that. One, if you can do that, then why was the first episode so bad?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, what is going on? Like, it was weird. It's like, first off, screw that girl that totally like, that was like, oh, Rudo they were basically going to be like together. They were going to be together. If that didn't happen. Like,
wait, what? Say that again.
Rudo and what's her name?
Amo?
No, not Amo.
Rio.
No, not Rio. The girl that first that
oh,
he
the
had
freaking bunny rabbit girl.
Yeah, the bunny rabbit girl.
If you don't pick that damn rabbit up off
that girl.
Yeah, she switched up so fast. Rudo went to the surface, almost got shot to get this girl a teddy bear. He sewed it up, he fixed it up, he gave it to her, and she's like, oh my God, I love you so much, thank you so much. One little murder accusation. One tiny little murder accusation. And she's like, I don't even like your bear. I never wanted you in the first place. Girl, if you don't pick that bear up and get that man, save him.
You don't have to whisper it. You just say it out loud.
I'm furious because I want to yell it. Save that baby. You know what you need to do, though? It's actually kind of funny because that was also kind of confirmed that Rudo has eagle eye vision, but to be seeing that kind of stuff. True. Although the one thing that made Rudo also, I give a little bit of props to Rudo, was when he this probably make me sound bad, was when he punched Amo and was beating the crap out of her, and then everyone's like, you're going too far, and then he gave his reasoning of why. It's like, we almost died to this girl's craziness. I think, and you know what, and that was going to be my second point. If you can give that much leeway to Amo and her erratic feelings, you should be able to do the same to Rudo. They're very similar in their trauma, not the reason behind their trauma. I think that they're comparable. I think that both of them have a violent way of expressing their trauma. Mm-hmm. I think that maybe Amo isn't technically violent as much as it is self-destructive.
Yes.
But so for Amo, all of her violence is internal. So she's putting that onto herself. She's allowing people to treat her any type of way. And she's seeing that as it fixing her.
As love, too.
Yeah, as love. And they were really good at depicting that when, God, she did such a good job of setting the tone for that episode, literally in the first couple seconds. Mm-hmm. Because at some point, Amo sees a bird. And she's like, oh, Mom, look, what a pretty bird. And her mom was like, that's an ugly bird. She's like, oh, you're right. I hate that bird. Yeah. Shut up, bird. And it's like, okay, so you live your life through needing acceptance from other people. You need other people to validate you. Rudo is kind of the same way, but instead of internalizing all of his trauma, he puts it out on other people. Mm-hmm. So when he beat the shit out of Amo, I kind of liked it. Yeah. In the sense that is a very that's a very realistic depiction of irrational behavior. Mm-hmm. And I also thought Injin's response to it was interesting. He was like, hey, I understand what you're feeling. I like hot girls. Do you not remember that?
I don't remember
that. It just sits him down. He's trying to, they pull Rudo off and they're like, brother, what the heck was that? And he's like, you're right, that was crazy. And he goes and he leaves and he's trying to like wrestle with his thoughts and his feelings. Engine comes outside to like be big brother. And his way of comforting him, he was like, hey man, I know you lost your emotions out there. I get it, because I like hot ladies. I like them crazy and I like them hot. And I also lose my emotions sometimes. Hang in there, kid. And it's just like, okay.
That's the worst, the worst pep talk I've ever heard. It was terrible.
I feel like Inji was just like, I pull.
I know, right? It's like,
good luck with your problems.
It's like I'll still, that would happen. Still, I can see myself. Oh my God, you're right. That is so bad. That does give off that crazy energy, but no, man. So the series, like I said, I think like the strengths of this series, I will definitely, if they go the way that they're going, because one of the worst things the thing I always am afraid of, especially jump series, is when they jump the shark. Yeah. And if it's like, if they have an idea or a path of what they're going to be telling, because right now I think let me actually ask you this: what is one of the weakest parts of Gachiakuta that you think that they could be improving, that they could improve on?
I think that's a great question. My gut reaction is to fall back on Zodal, and I think that he talks in circles. I think that his motivations they might not be unclear, but I'm not very motivated by them. So I think that a lot of the pull of the show is the character interactions, but I'm not drawn in by the actual plot. It's more of a character study than, oh, I want to make sure that Rudo does this and I'm excited to see them move forward in this storyline. I don't really care about the storyline. So I need them to flush that out. I need them to make that more prominent part of the story.
I see. Because I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from on that, because you're right. Because I think the big thing that makes this series so good is how good the characters are. Yeah. But the story of them, like, we know the base story is that Rudo's trying to find a way to get back to the top to get his revenge from his father figure that he saw killed, and trying to find who the masked man was. Yeah. But there's other small things that are happening. To be fair, in my opinion, I think that this is the first season. So the first season is building up to something that's going to hopefully be better. Sure. I think if Zodal is going to be the main protagonist or antagonist of this, which I don't think it's going to be. Think so? I don't think it's going to be. I think what's going to happen is going to be a twist, because I think in a way that there's going to be a part where they're going to have to work together somehow. There's some reason, because I can see the Raiders' point of view. The Raiders' point of view is just is the survival, as well as, of seeing where it's going to go. Yeah. And I think the thing that makes me think that is the conversation that they had with Bundes, or what's his name? Bundes. Bundes. I can never get his name right. With Bundes, because Bundes didn't care, like, initially, because at first he was an apprentice. He wasn't a part of it, but at the same time, though, he was reasonable of like what they're doing, and he gave information like it was nothing. So
ulterior motives to that, though, whatever those are.
There were ulterior motives on it. But like, I think that it's going to be a possibility. There's going to be something that's going to be a worse fact. Like, for instance, when they tried to use the mock,
I see what you're saying.
The mock flying up to the surface to find out what the limitations were of it, and then when what's her name, the girl with the hair,
Rio?
Yeah, no.
Oh no, I don't know where. I had one track mind when it came to the
Rio. You clearly do.
Raiders. Like, I was like, it's Jabber, Jabber, and that's it. But I know all the other except for
it's a girl. It's Rio.
I know 3 people's names apparently.
Yeah.
Like, you should watch the show. I'm obsessed. Don't ask me any character names.
Don't tell me the names of this. This Rudo, and that's it. I'm just kidding. But
blonde electric Pikachu lady.
Yeah, electric Pikachu lady. There you go. Yeah, so like, I mean, so because like, for instance, like, we don't know like why that's even there. I didn't even like, if someone would have said, oh, there's something that's going to be killing a person that's going to try to go back up there. So why is that even a system to do that, or to have that there? There are going to be deeper questions that they're going to have to answer.
You're talking about the trash beast that they...
No. Okay, so you remember in the trash beast when they were going up into the sky?
Yeah.
And then Rudo accidentally shot a hole and then caused that lady to go outside of the thing. And she's literally in that mid space between between the ground
Yeah.
and the air. Then remember she saw that guy. There was a giant body figure that was holding something up, but you didn't know because it didn't have a face. You already saw it was a torso. It's like that itself.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got to figure all that out.
So you're saying the main baddie is the angel who
Yes.
kind of corroborated whatever
This
like
is.
there definitely something or someone is putting things in place, and this is why I think it's Corvus. I think that Corvus.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think it's Corvus. I think Corvus is behind Rudo's dad's death. I think he was in the audience whenever they were shooting him off into the down into the pit. I think Corvus is, and we don't know what his vital instrument is. He doesn't want to communicate with anyone else via the collars. I think that he probably is the ultimate big baddie.
Yeah, and look at it this way: he was gone out of the institute when what's his name first came in.
Yeah,
so he could have been the guy that he's been searching for. So I just think that Zodal is just a person that's like Zodal. The best way probably because Marvel is the Magneto of this universe.
Okay.
So I think that it's like he's misunderstood. He comes across as an antagonist, and then all of a sudden you find out like, oh, here's the ultimate reason why this is the way it is, and then it's like they're going to find a way to merge. That's
actually not a bad comparison, because it really is like the whole show. It comes back to a lot of the oppression of like the rich and how they keep the people who have less like down. So on the surface, it's like this elite class of people up top who have all the money, all the resources, and they're throwing all their trash or their scraps to wherever Rudo came from on the sphere. And then even beyond that, you have all of the people from that part of like the slums on the sphere throwing all their trash into the pit. So that's I like your analogy there, because Magneto is just a product of other people. Yes. Yeah, he's a product of
where he's lived, like of the society
of oppression.
Living in.
Yeah, so that's I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah. So that's how I'm thinking of, and that's why I think that, and then I think that's the reason why Zodal was so weak as the main baddie, because I don't think that he's not going to be the main baddie. That's why I don't think there's no way that he's the main baddie if that's the kind of energy they're going to be bringing out.
Valid.
He's going to probably be showing off, like he's going to be showing exposures of stuff like the collar thing, and you'll be seeing more and more of probably of Corvus being something more than he is later on. No,
I'm with you.
That's my tin hat.
All right, I was going to say conspiracy theory corner. Thinking about that.
Yeah, there you go. So
I'm with you on that one.
That's great.
Okay.
But all in all, like you said, that was a really good recommendation from you. I will give that to you definitely.
Really
I loved the art style. The art style was amazing. The music. We didn't even talk about the music.
I was hoping we were going to get to the music.
Yeah,
my goodness.
The music of it was great. Like some of it was like kind of weird, like but the scenic music, like the mixture of the hip,
the bounce music,
it reminds me of. It doesn't remind me of it exactly, but it reminds me of Samurai Champloo. When it comes to the subtle, like the beats and the stuff like that. I feel like she probably has to paying something on towards that, because it's that weird, that lo-fi and that same kind of like hip hop bouncing.
Think everything is
like
lo-fi.
That. Well, some of it was. Some of it was lo-fi.
Your default to anything is lo-fi.
No,
you're like, I love Smashing Pumpkins and their lo-fi music.
I didn't say that, did I?
No, it's just what it feels like. Metallica and their lo-fi songs are fantastic.
I love Gwar and their lo-fi sounds.
So yes, absolutely. I think she had to have had a heavy hand in that, because just the world that she created, it's like this really grungy, urban, but not in the way that people use the word urban, the actual usage of the word urban.
Yeah.
like this counterculture. Counterculture is the word I'm looking for. So yes, I think the music is really fitting. Even the times where it is, you said there's some that's kind of weird, but I think it fits. I think it fits the world, and it hits on so many different genres. You do have like the death metal, you do have like the bounce music, you have like ska type of music in there somewhere. It's good. She did a great job, and
I totally agree.
Fits the world because everything is so grungy, and even just down to the cleaners' outfits, how specialized they are to themselves. And you could just see like the graffiti culture and just, I love it.
It's such a good
show.
Good
It's so
mix
much
of it.
diversity and inclusion and all kinds of things. It's chef's kiss.
Absolutely. Oh wait, wow. Did it just stop again? Oh goodness. Hold on.
Just now, or
I don't know when it stopped.
Oh no.
Here we go. All right, recorded.
Okay. So if we're gonna wrap this up, I have one more question for you.
All right.
Obviously, this is like, you knew this is gonna come.
Okay.
Your vital instrument. What do you think it would be?
The vital instrument.
Your vital instrument.
My vital instrument.
Now, I want to preface that it is not, everybody keeps thinking that it's like, oh, it'd be my cell phone. I use it all the time. It's not about what you use all the time. It's what you've like nurtured and taken care of, something that's like very important to you, but for a while.
That's a really good question. I would say my vital instrument would be my car. I'm just kidding.
Like, my vital instrument would be a gun.
Yeah, it will be a gun. If anything that we've learned in the world of Gachiakuta, gun beats
the
everything.
most efficient, yes.
It does. What's crazy, it's like the reaction of what she had was like, it's like, how did you get
so
that?
True.
Yeah.
This woman had giant scissors at your throat. And the second she pulls out a gun, she's like, you're not supposed to have that.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what? And it's all blacked out. You're like, what the hell did she have? And it was like, did you see the barrel at the end of it? And we're like, what the heck?
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
That was fun. Seriously though, I would say it's like, I would say the thing that would be for me would be I say it would be a camera, because
that's nice.
Yeah, because like I would say I was thinking of like a phone, but I don't usually like using a phone most of the time. So
okay, well, definitely that would not be that.
Yeah, it would definitely not be, but the camera would definitely be, because like I love messing around with the settings and stuff. And I've kept like one of the cameras that I'm using right now, I've had for 10 years. So
I think that counts.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing I would I don't know what I would use for it.
I was gonna say, how does it work? What is the power?
You probably don't know, but there's a game called Fatal Frame that allows you, that you can capture like ghosts and stuff, and you'll be able to see visibility and things like that.
Oh, okay.
It'd probably be something about stopping time. I would say briefly about time stopping. That would probably, if I had to think immediately, it would definitely be that.
Okay,
and then be able to
so this is also kind of like on par with Simu's power, and it's not like a heavy offensive thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, probably not. Or it'd probably be more for scouting, if anything.
Okay, recon. All right, I like that. They need
like
some of that, because that could have helped with Amo's situation.
Oh my God,
got completely ambushed by her.
I love how it's like, how do you not even think like this is not a trap this whole time? Especially this girl didn't even have a mask on, for crying out loud. It's like, come on now. And she was barely clothed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, that's just anime at that point. But
anime. Cinema.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolute cinema. But what about for you? What would you say yours would be?
Mine is, I had this as soon as I saw it. It is my viola. I have a viola.
You have a viola?
I do.
You know to play viola?
Yeah, for decades.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to say how many decades, but I've been playing for a while. I have a viola named Yume, which is Japanese for dream.
Oh,
I've had her for quite some time. We've been through a lot. I remember one time I accidentally left her in the car for 1 hour when I lived in Arizona.
Oh, no.
And it was the same day as a concert that we were having. And when I got back to the car, I checked on her, and the neck of the viola had split from the back.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh, that was a stressful day. But we got her fixed up, and she's still my sweetheart.
What would it do?
I think that, now this is where I haven't gotten this far. I think that I would use her to debilitate people, maybe like disorient people with sound.
Sound note, like
Yeah, I
sound,
think so.
kind of like the Village of Sound, kind of like disruptions and
Yeah,
stuff.
I guess so.
Burst in the eardrums.
I think so.
It's like, oh no, she's using her violin instrument. No, she's just regularly
No,
playing.
she's just bad at it.
She's just playing
She's just
regularly
real bad at her
fine.
viola. I don't know. I need to think. Do you have a better? I don't know.
I
want
was
something
gonna
better than
think
that.
around the same kind of tone, but like frequency
Yeah.
or like or can cause a displacement, like like dizziness, confusion,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
things like
yeah.
that,
Disorientation.
disorientation.
Or either that or like a Pied Piper effect. Maybe I can lure people in. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I like that actually.
Yeah.
I like the little hypnosis.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Okay.
So there you go. See, in a way, that's not really offensive either, though.
No, it isn't.
Yeah. That's
And
kind
I
of
think of myself as like I'm like, oh, I like assassin stories and stuff like that. And here I am.
That's more backline. Yeah, well,
It
it's
is.
backline.
Hey, now chill. It's still in the
But
front.
it's still in there.
I'm at the forefront. I am the one who gets the enemies ready.
Okay, fight Jabber. Okay, then.
I don't want to fight Jabber anyway.
It's like, oh my god, I didn't know you were here.
Jabber.
Oh my god, that would be crazy. Oh man, but no, but like I said, this is a must-watch series. I mean,
Absolutely.
you would definitely suggest it for
Yes,
any folks?
absolutely. Get through the first episode. Just know that this mangaka does know how to tell stories. I promise. You're not gonna think so from that first episode, but it gets so good. There's so much culture, so much diversity. There's really amazing character work. Watch the show.
Right. And folks, we also want to know what you think about Gachiakuta.
And I want to know what your vital instrument would be.
Yes.
And what you do with it.
Please nothing to do
Well,
crazy.
Fair.
That's an
I do know all you
open-ended
weaves
question.
out there. That's probably not the best. Just be.
Just be good. Just, you know what? It's like, don't be that guy.
Actually, just tell me what it is. We'll make it up ourselves.
Yeah,
If you tell us what your vital instrument is, we will yes and you and tell you what we think we would do with it.
Yes. Okay. That would be better. That's better. You know, it's not going to, that's somewhat of a guard, but we'll see how that's going to go. Guys, but thank you so much for listening to our first episode of Anime Nokori. I hope you loved our discussion of this. We're going to be seeing a lot of different other cool discussions here in the near future. Also, hopefully in the near future as well, we're going to be asking you on what series that we should watch and we should review, or not review, but to talk about next. Yeah, just talk about.
And so we cover things that are going on currently and also things from the past. So dust off all those old mangas and old VHS tapes. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the old school things as well as the new things.
Let's go back to Akira. One day we got to sit down and watch.
Of course we do.
That's such a great movie. That was such a great movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much. This is Davis and Tiffany.
And I have been Tiffany. Yes. We'll see you next time.
See you later, guys. Peace out.